Guys, so I am back doing another video. This video will be about laser hair removal. I have gotten my laser hair removal done for a year now. I also work at the company that I get my laser hair removal done. I have some notes that I would just want to make sure I keep on track. So don't mind me looking at my phone when I'm doing this video. So sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got all the details, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'm going to tell you the areas that I currently get treated. I currently get my underarms done, my navel done slash stomach or abdomen. My Brazilian, my lower legs, my toes, and I did get a treatment on Friday for my hands for the first time. I have gotten about 8 treatments on my arms, 8 or 9 treatments under my arms, 5 to 6 on the rest of my areas. Oh, and I also get my face done too. So sorry, I totally forgot about that. I get my unibrow done, my lip, and I also get my chin done as well. I have gotten my full face done just once, just to see how it felt. So the biggest question we get asked is, does it work on melanated skin, laser hair removal? The answer is yes, laser hair removal does work on melanated skin. My job uses the Candela GentleMax Pro, which is a 2-setting laser, which as Alex and YAG, I am on a YAG setting because I am melanated. Make sure if you are melanated, you are getting a YAG treatment. Do not get a Alex, you will get burned. Does it hurt? Laser hair removal, does it hurt? That's the biggest question. I would say it is based off of your personal pain tolerance. If you have a high pain tolerance, you'll be totally fine. Some areas for me hurt more than others, and it took a while to get there as well. During each treatment, the frequency of the laser gets turned up, so that's when things get a little spicy. For my personal experience, the center of my underarms hurt or are bothersome to me. My Brazilian is another like sensitive area as well, but it's your Brazilian, so. My lower legs are good. I'm actually very ticklish, so I kind of laugh during my treatments. It does get a little spicy around my ankles though. And my toes and navel were fine. And then I had gotten my hands done as well. They didn't hurt getting them done. I had a slight reaction after, which is normal. It's called the PFE reaction, which is just a laser working and targeting the hair on your area, whatever area it may be. It's not bad. It goes away. But I did have one of those, but I think it's because I shaved the day of. They say you can shave the day of. I wouldn't recommend it. For me, I haven't had good experiences shaving the day of my treatment and getting treated. It's just like, for me, it's just not a good time. I don't know if it's like because the pores are open or aggravated or whatever, but I would shave before my treatment. It's just such a hassle to like get it done. And then I shaved at 8 a.m. No, 7:30. I shaved my hands at 7:30. I got my treatment done at like 2:30, and my hands were like, what is happening? How often do you shave in between sessions? So I'm a little further along in my journey with laser hair removal. I currently no longer shave my underarms. I haven't grown any hair since my last treatment back in December. And that was just to touch up. Like I had like one hair, like a patch of hair, like that big, maybe smaller, like that big. um but yeah, I had that size of hair under my arms on both. It was literally in the center, and I haven't had to get treated since. I don't honestly notice my lip, to be honest. I only shave. I've never noticed my lip hair until I had to do my makeup. It hasn't been a concern for me the last few times I've done my makeup, so I can't say definitively if I still have hair there. I can't say because I don't know. My unibrow was one of the areas that I literally just had one hair there the other day, so I have to get it treated. But like right here is completely gone. I don't have any hair here anymore, just like I had the one hair right here, which I have only gotten treated there twice before. Just because when you do your laser hair removal, you wear like goggles. So if it can't reach that area, then like they don't really do it. I get my chin done now as a preventative measure. Some of the ladies in my family have hair on their chinny chin chin, so I just wanted to avoid that by just getting the laser hair removal done. Now, I can't be definitive in terms of how many treatments I need on this area just because I don't currently have hair on this area. My navel, I just saw one little hair today, so I'll get that treated as well. I had like 3 or 4 hairs on my stomach, of like right under my navel area, and I got it treated in December as well. Yes, I got it treated in December as well. And finally, it's growing back. So, more than likely, I'll be getting treatment every 10 weeks on those areas because it's taking longer for the hair to grow back versus every 5 weeks. So, generally, if you see less hair growth in that area, and you spread out your appointments. So you go from every 5 weeks to every 10 weeks. How much hair have you lost? I will say I've lost about 80% of the hair. Again, I haven't shaved my underarm, so those can be totally fine, and I could just get a touch up. Again, like I said, my navel, I'm gonna have to get a treatment there. Again, that might be 10 weeks or so. I literally just saw it today. I look at my stomach every day and I didn't see it. I don't know how I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I would have gotten it treated the other day when I got my other areas treated, but I didn't see it. I don't know. It grew overnight. I don't know. My Brazilian is about, I will say 80% as well. There's some stubborn areas, but it is what it is. My lower legs, I had paused because I was tan at the time, and then I also had an adverse reaction to the laser. Adverse reactions mean you got burnt by the laser. I got burnt because I was tan. Please do not get treated when you're tan. It's no fun. My reaction was a lot milder than other people's. I have 1 circle behind my calf and 2 circles on my ankles that are now hyperpigmentation on my ankles, and then the one on my calf is just a small circle. I know the rules. I'm not supposed to get treated when I was tan. I did it anyway. I'm not mad. And yes, how much hair have I lost on my legs? I don't know. I'm not a hairy person to begin with, so it's kind of hard for me to say how much hair I've lost on my legs. Also, I've only gotten about 3 treatments, maybe 4 on my lower legs, just because I paused it last year because I was tan and it was summertime, and then I got burnt, so then I really couldn't do it. So yes, make sure you tell your provider you were tan beforehand so that they can treat you properly. Would you recommend it to others? I would absolutely recommend it to others, especially if you've had electrolysis in the past or you really hate shaving like I do. It's been a dream scent for me. I haven't had any bad reactions besides the little bit of PFE. Yeah, this is my second PFE reaction. I had one on my Brazilian one time, and I've had one on my hands. I haven't had any other reactions. But yes, I would totally recommend it to people who, have, PCOS, who deal with hormonal issues as well. It's if you were pregnant and, you're no longer pregnant, it's great. I enjoy it. It's nice to not have to like worry about shaving or be embarrassed about like your hair under your arms, or if like you're going to the beach or anything like that. You don't have to worry about like your bikini area or anything, or even your legs. Like it's really nice. I have been enjoying my treatments. Do you have any skin irritation afterwards? Again, it's very selective on if you do experience PFE, which is just a reaction to the laser. It just means it's working, and your area may just be a little bit sensitive to the laser. But it goes away. You can use Claritin or any like Benadryl, antihistamine. You can use ibuprofen, Tylenol, any of those kind of things to just calm it down before your treatments. Usually that is what I do. I did forget my last treatment, so but I didn't have any reaction, well, besides my hands, but it was fine the next day. Like I said, I don't have them for very long. It lasts about 24 hours for me. But again, everyone is different. Some of our clients have reported longer experiences of PFE. Some people are more sensitive to the laser than others, which is totally normal. It's not out of the box. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. It just means that the laser is actually doing its job. So, congrats. What products do you use after treatment? You can use all the products that you choose after your treatments. Put lotion on after my treatments. I put my deodorant on after my treatments. And I carry on about my business. How are you enjoying your experience? I love it. I would rate between 1 to 10. I would rate it about an 8. I'm not completely done with all my areas, so that's why I'm rating it an 8, but I have been enjoying it so far. But yeah, that wraps up this video. I don't have any more questions for myself. If you guys can think of any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I just, again, went over my experience with laser hair removal. Everyone's experience is totally different. Again, if you are a melanated person, be careful what laser you are using. Use a YAG laser. Ask the questions. I'm going to be totally transparent. I do not pay for my laser hair removal either. Mine is completely free. So be mindful of that. And I'm not just, BSing you guys because my treatments are free. They actually work. Well, let me actually show you guys. I actually don't have a... Excuse my deodorant, but this is what my underarms look like. Is there hair there? Oh yeah. Wait, is there? This is what my underarms look like. I don't have any hair at all. Just my deodorant. Leave some questions down below if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer them. If you need any other details, again, feel free to leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope my experience helps you and your future with laser hair removal, and have a great day. Bye, guys.